Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another one of my reset videos. I'm Diana. I create YouTube videos talking about my life, my financial goals, showing you behind the scenes of being a dental hygienist kind of thing. Today's video is my May reset video where I have some very exciting news to share with you guys. I'm just in awe. And I really want to let you guys know about that. But I just have to quickly eat something and just get ready for the day. And then, yeah, I'll sit down and chat with you guys. Just taking reusable bags to put back into my car. Get my loops. I'm gonna go for a walk after work, so I'm bringing a shirt. It's really hot outside, and then all of this stuff can stay here for now. So I'm just about to leave for work. I have my Hokas on, and yeah, they're the best shoes ever. I cannot rave, or I cannot talk about them or promote them enough. Seriously, the comfiest shoes ever, especially if you're on your feet a lot. I know a lot of the day I'm sitting in the chair, but I'm still walking around. And before I got these, my feet were still burning by the end of the day. Yeah, no longer with the Hokas, and I've been wearing them for over a year. I just got a new pair. I think like my first 2 patients of the day canceled or something like that. So I'm starting later today. I just need to go grab something for lunch, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys from my car because that's where I usually feel the most comfortable. Okay, so psych. I'm not at work finishing off this video. I ended up having like a huge panic attack, and I just haven't been able to get myself to sit down and film anything. I've just been kind of really overwhelmed with my video blowing up, and then just kind of being paralyzed and not knowing what to film, or just really overthinking everything. I just decided none of that today. I am just gonna sit down and film, and whatever my video ends up being, if it's good or bad, I don't care, as long as I post it. So it's been over a week, and I know if I don't do something soon, it's gonna turn into like a long couple of weeks of me not posting. So I'm nipping that in the bud. If you've watched my other reset videos, you know I kind of talk about my goals and what I've accomplished and what I want to achieve for the next month, I guess. I have hit some very big goals of mine, and yeah, I just kind of need to, oh gosh, I'm kind of like speechless. I don't really know how to say. I just have to kind of rearrange some of my goals now because I've accomplished it, right? So I've been using this goals like tracking template from Selena Trevino. It's really cheap. I think it was like $5 or something like that. And I bought it like a few months ago. And so I've just been using it. It's really nice to be able to keep track very simply on like an Excel spreadsheet. So in terms of my yearly goals, I would say I'm kind of not quite there yet, but starting to implement achieving those goals. So like I said before, for health and wellness, I want to hit my goal weight. I want to meal prep, walk every day, do Pilates classes, and find a new therapist. So I've taken actually a few walks here and there, so I'm getting to it. It's easier once the weather is nicer. Now that it is, I'm able to kind of get out more. The days are longer, so I'm not leaving work in the dark and coming home in the dark anymore. That makes me nervous once winter comes or the time changes and everything kind of starts getting darker. I'm a total summer person. I just love daylight and sun, and I just want to soak it all in as much as I can. So it makes me nervous once that goes away and the weather starts getting miserable here again, how I'm gonna keep up with that, but I'm gonna try. I still haven't done any Pilates classes. I just can't bring myself to spend the money. It kind of goes into like a little bit of a fear of mine of hurting myself. So like floor Pilates and like doing stuff at home makes me really nervous because I'm terrified of hurting myself and like not being able to work. Over a decade ago I had like sciatica pain for about 3 years, and I didn't realize I had sciatica pain until after it was gone, and the chiropractor was like, that really sounds like sciatica, like you have a pinched nerve. But no doctor really wanted to help me then. I was just taking Advil like daily. Not that I had to drop out of college at the time, but I was failing my classes because I couldn't sit to study. I couldn't sit through the courses, couldn't sleep at night. I was falling asleep in class because of the pain, and I couldn't take any courses that were longer than like an hour at most because I just couldn't sit. I was just in so much pain. So any type of exercise that requires like sitting on my tailbone or twisting, anything like that makes me super nervous. I prefer to go to a class where there's an instructor watching me and actively giving out notes on like how to not hurt yourself. So I just can't bring myself to spend the money. So I'm sticking with walking, and then maybe in the fall I will do like Pilates classes, or I'll do one here and there. Meal prep, eat at home. Yeah, that hasn't been really happening. Maybe a little bit more, but it hasn't been like meal prepping. It's just been like my mom made some extra chicken, so I'll grab that and then that's all I'll eat for the day. It's not good. Or I'll buy like if you go to like Superstore, like Save On, grocery store, and in their deli department they'll have like salads. I would rather grab those because it is cheaper than like going out to a fast food place and getting a salad from there. So I'll get like a little $5 salad, and that will usually last me the whole day because I'll eat a little bit for lunch and then finish the rest for dinner. So I've been saving money that way. In terms of my finances, if you don't know, I've started getting financially free, like get out of debt series, and I've been talking about how much debt I've been in, or I am in, how much I'm paying it off, what my plans are. I'm just kind of discussing my finances specifically in those videos. So I won't touch on it too much in this video, but I do want to say one of my goals for the month ties in with my yearly goal is to increase my income by $1,000 a month, and I have gotten a new job, and I start at the end of May, and I have significantly increased my yearly salary. Is it a salary? My yearly income, I guess, by just accepting that job, and then therefore I'll be able to pay off my debt a lot faster. So I still have my emergency fund of $5,000. My original goal was $10,000. I think I will aim for $10,000 once I've paid off my credit card and I don't need the extra funds going into it. But I'm so happy, like I mentioned in my last episode 3 of my financial series. In my last video I talked quickly about having to dip into my emergency fund to pay for these really expensive loops that I need for work, because my body is just hurting a lot, and some of you guys understand that I would need to do that. While some people don't understand the point of an emergency fund, I'm really happy that that's what I have. It is in like a tax-free savings account with high interest, so it's promotional interest, and I have no problem like switching from bank to bank if it's going to get me a higher rate in interest monthly. I like seeing that number in my bank account, and so happy that I didn't just shove it all onto my credit card, because I would have had to use my credit card again to pay for these glasses, and it just would have been the cycle that I was continuously in. Even though I'd be paying less interest by putting it all onto my credit card, it's saving me money because I'm not having to use my credit card for an emergency, and I'm getting interest on it by being in a savings account. I still haven't contributed to my RRSP or anything like that. Like I said, every extra penny that I have now is just going towards debt, so I will focus on that once my debt is paid off. I would say one of my big goals that I accomplished that's been on my vision board or my like screensaver on my laptop for a really long time, that I have over 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 watch hours. I'm just completely blown away. I can't figure out what my next goal is with YouTube. I do want to say that I definitely think in terms of YouTube, numbers aren't as important to me at all anymore because I have been monetized, so I am making money. But my biggest goal with every aspect of my life has always been being consistent. So my goal for the month of June, which will be in my June reset video, is to post at least 4 videos, 1 video a week. So I'm just gonna keep doing that, and I also really want to designate a day for filming and editing and all that stuff. I do have my sister helping me edit my videos, thankfully. It's just sometimes it's easier for me to edit if I have the time right away, because sometimes I'll just sit and talk and not plan anything, and it can be really confusing for someone that doesn't know what my thought process was when I was sitting down to film. She's helping me edit. We need to find like a good system in place. I think my goals in terms of my financial goals are on track, and the little things that I've been trying to work up to building a habit on, not so much, not have been doing great. I've really been wanting to wake up at 5 a.m. I bought this smart light bulb from Amazon. I'll like link it all down below, whatever I talk about. You can set a schedule on it so it turns on slowly. I mentioned it quite a bit before, but I have it slowly wake me up at like 5:55, and it does. I always wake up before my alarm clock now, so I'm gonna just slowly start. I'm gonna be slowly changing the schedule so that I'm waking up a bit earlier every day, because I am truly, I would say, a night owl, but also I function best in the morning. I like staying up late at night, but I also like waking up early in the morning and getting stuff done, because the last half of my day I'm in a slump really. And no matter what I do, even if I go to sleep earlier, get more sleep, do this, do that, my brain gets overwhelmed and it shuts down. I would like to be able to wake up early and get majority of the stuff that I want to get done during the day before I go to work. And then especially with this new job, I'm going to be commuting a lot, because I took a job in the area that I want to buy a place in the future. And that is, I think, going to be a really good motivator for me to get my down payment as soon as I can after I've paid off my credit cards. Credit cards, my one credit card. Some things that I want to do, or things that I want to accomplish, I set a thing to like outline 3 video ideas, didn't do that, put up picture frames, aka frames that I already have for my old place, just to like spruce up my room a bit. Haven't done that. Put up curtains, haven't done that. I did buy hokas, thankfully. My old ones were starting to hurt my feet as I was wearing them every day. Luckily, I have a scrub allowance, so I didn't pay for them. I really wanted to just work on making my room more homey, but I've been at least keeping it pretty clean. I did also get the Stanley Cup Dew, the S&M, what is it? Oh gosh, whatever. With my weight loss surgery that I've mentioned here and there, I haven't done a specific video on it yet. I have a hard time staying hydrated, especially now that it is really hot outside. I am really struggling, and so I can only really drink cold water. That's the only thing that like feels good going into my tummy. So I needed something insulated that would fit my cup holder. And yeah, I've just been drinking way more water with this, and I've only had it for 2 days. I put in ice on the first day, left it in the car because I wanted to see if it would actually stay cold. And then I usually took my lunch break like 6 hours later, 4 or 6 hours later from when I left it in the car. Came back and there was still ice in it, and it was like 35 degrees out. Say anything about the Stanley Cup, but this one is really good. Very good at keeping your water cold, I would assume, and your hot drinks hot if you wanted. The color, it's my aesthetic. I didn't actually have to pay for anything because one of the phone companies that I pay into monthly or use their services, you get reward points back, and so I used that to buy this. I didn't have to spend any money on my hokas and no money on this thing either. I do have like a bucket list on this template here as well. but I didn't really fill it out too much. Honestly, it was just go to Cabo, Seattle trip, and Tofino, and then everything else I kind of left blank. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, and I guess I'll add to that when I think of it. But the Seattle trip is happening. Best friend is getting her PhD, and so we're going to Seattle for the graduation, and then we just ended up staying, or will be staying, an extra night or two at a hotel downtown. Me and my boyfriend, so we're splitting the cost. It's not as expensive as it would have been if I went by myself. And yeah, I don't plan to really go shopping, maybe stop at Target and get some things, but that's not for a little bit, so I plan to save for that. Still want to go to Cabo or like Mexico for a week, but with the purchase of my new loops that are really expensive, I am kind of delaying any thoughts about Cabo until maybe next year. And then Tofino, it's on Vancouver Island if you're not from the BC area. That was just something that I wanted to go. It's not necessarily something that I want to do this year or have to do this year. I just really want to go see the place. And yeah, I haven't really thought of anything else. Oh, in terms of my finances, I have been really, really good at checking it daily. I look at it, force myself to look at the numbers. Looking at that credit card debt is like, kills my soul every time. I don't feel as afraid of it as I once did. So if you're struggling like me to look at your debt, I highly recommend looking at your bank account daily and using that as like a motivator to make more money or figure out something. A lot of people were shitting on me for like wanting to go back to school or having gone back to school to make more money. I don't think a lot of people realize how much dental hygienists make, at least in the majority of like major cities. And so my income is way more than what my student loans are, if that makes sense. So I didn't go into something that was going to be paying less yearly than what I would owe in total on my student loans. I was very aware of the fact that hygienists are high in demand. I constantly looked at what offices were asking for, what temp agencies were giving out. I knew going into hygiene I'd be making a good living for myself, because it was always the thought process of I need to be able to support myself and myself only, because I didn't have a boyfriend at the time. I wasn't interested in being a relationship at all. My thought process was always, what can I do to put myself in a position where I can take care of myself and other people if I wanted to, but at the very most I would be able to house myself, buy stuff, pay off debt. And that's how I landed on hygiene. And also I might go back to school for something. I might go back to school and get my degree, or like, we're living well into our hundreds now, and to be stuck in the same career for the entirety of your life is just not realistic. And yeah, most people don't stay in the same job position either in their career. So I think people like to shit on school because tuition is so expensive, and it is, but there are cheaper alternatives, and then you kind of have to look at the benefit versus it outweighing any risk kind of thing. And yeah, sometimes you need a degree. Like I've been seeing when I've been looking at programs just to see what's out there. Nowadays there's like a certificate diploma for like cleaning, becoming a, what do they call it, a cleaning engineer or something like that, for a 6-week 12-week program or something like that. And I was just like, wow, that's sad. Like we can't even have jobs where you're cleaning for extra money without it eventually being that you need a certificate for it. It's just, it is insane. Not everyone has the mentality or the motivation to be a self-starter business and do all this stuff. You know, sometimes you have to go to school because you need that structure of someone telling you this is how it's done, so therefore you can take those skills and apply it on your own. I don't know. I'm all for school. You'll never hear me shit about it. So in terms of my milestone of hitting 1,000 subscribers, right now as of filming this video, I'm at 1432, and I've started already to make some money. So stick around or watch my videos in the future where I talk about how much YouTube has paid me, and excited to just like make this little bit of extra money. It's super exciting because I've worked so freaking hard, albeit with a lot of breaks, but I've stayed consistent in terms of continuously to post and not just completely giving up. I know I could have gotten to this stage a lot faster had I been able to, but whatever, it's in the past. we're in the future, we're in the now. I made it, I did it. If I can do it, you can do it. If you want to do YouTube, go for it. I've learned so much. I've researched it because of my ADHD. I've become hyper focused on it, so I know a lot about what I needed to do. I just couldn't apply it. So if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I want to be so open and transparent about how YouTube and social media can make you extra money, because would I want to live off of social media alone and then have hygiene as my like supplemental income? Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be so much better on my body. Yeah, who wouldn't want to work from home? My brain is just like totally flabbergasted at how much that video blew up, and can't thank you guys enough for the support and following me in my journey. I'm gonna leave the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.